Back, Hale. It is a busy week with much to take in around here with Seafair going on.
That's right, and even bigger than life on Seattle's waterfront with Fleet Week as well. KOMO 4's Denise Whitaker is live this morning aboard the USS Dewey. And what a view you have in. Wow, fun assignment for you this morning, Denise.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. I'm up on the bridge deck of the USS Dewey now. Now, this is a guided missile destroyer. This is actually called the Starboard Bridge Wing. I'm learning all my naval terms this morning, and you can't beat the view of the city from here. You can actually come tour this ship and others during Fleet Week, but let's go inside. Let's take a look at the bridge, because this is the area, of course, where they are going to be driving the ship from when they're underway. And I have my expert tour guide with me today, Lieutenant Junior Grade Rick McLean, and thanks so much for joining us this morning. What can you tell us about, like who's at the wheel here driving this ship?
Good morning, ma'am. So back here at the helm console, we have an enlisted crew member that is the helm. So they actually steer the ship, they turn left and right, etc. And then
Do they make the decisions?
No, ma'am. Up forward, we have an officer called the conning officer who's going to be standing right up here, giving the orders to the helm. So left standard rudder, right standard rudder, how fast we're supposed to go, and then the helm will repeat it and actually steer the ship.
And how many people are up here at one time when you are underway?
We usually have about 5 to 6 people. So we have the conning officer, the officer of the deck who's in charge of the whole bridge and the ship while we're underway. Then we'll have the junior officer of the deck for communications, a bosun mate of the watch, and a quartermaster of the watch.
Now, you guys just had a huge deployment that you came back in early June. Tell us a little bit about that mission, where you went.
Well, we served for about 10 months. We left San Diego on August 22nd. We went out to the Middle East area, 5th Fleet, and our main objective was maritime security in the region. And then we visited some ports out there in Oman, Bahrain, Abu Dhabi, and then on our way back we got to stop in Thailand and Bali, Indonesia.
Did you get any leave time, any fun time, or was it all work?
Got a little bit of leave time in those ports.
All right. Lieutenant, thanks so much for joining us. And you know what? He's going to be my tour guide here for the next couple of hours. So stay with us, because we've got some fun stuff lined up to show you still ahead.
All right. Wow, looks like a great tour. Hey, hands off the helm there. We want the ship to stay right where it is, Denise.
Okay, I won't touch.
Full of uniforms and giant ships in Seattle this week. Let us be the first to tell you it is indeed Fleet Week.
They look well dressed in their whites. This is your chance to tour the ships and learn a lot more about our Navy. KOMO 4's Denise Whitaker live on the USS Dewey this morning with a preview of what we can all go see. It just looks stunning on board there.
Oh, it's just amazing to be out here. I have with me again Lieutenant Junior Grade Rick McLean, and we're on the bow of the ship right now. This is some hefty anchor chain. What can you tell us about having to deploy this?
Yes, ma'am. Well, this is our primary anchor, our centerline anchor. It takes about 10 different people to put it down and take it back up. It weighs about 9,000 pounds, so it holds us in place very well.
And as we look beyond the anchor chain, we're seeing some of the firepower that you have on the USS Dewey. Now, again, this is a guided missile destroyer, so you have to be able to destroy things.
Yes, ma'am. Right in front of us here, we have our main battery, the 5-inch gun. It has a range of about 13 nautical miles. So that's our main gun that we use for any destruction that we have to do.
And how many people would be running that? Where is it run from, and how is that done?
Well, it's run from our Combat Information Center by about 2 people, and then down right underneath the mount, you have another 2 people manning the gun itself.
And right behind that gun, we're going to look on the deck down here. Frank, if you can go down that way. Now, these are vertical. Tell me again what they are.
It's our vertical launching system. So up forward here we have 32 different cells that can hold different types of missiles, and this is where all of our firepower comes from, and we have 32 up front and 64 in the back.
So now you've been on some deployments. You were telling us about that earlier. Can you tell us if you've had to use any of these weapons?
We have not. We've only tested 2 missiles while I've been on board, which is very cool to see. We were up in the pilot house. You could feel the heat from the missiles going off.
All right, thanks so much, and we're going to continue our tour for you a little bit. We're going to show you something coming up at 6 that the public's not going to get to see on the tours this weekend, so you want to stay tuned for that.
At 6:06, well, when you see scenes like this, you know it's got to be Fleet Week. It is a parade of ships in Seattle for the week. It's Seafair's Fleet Week. KOMO 4's Denise Whitaker, live aboard the USS Dewey. Now, I want to know where you are now. You're kind of giving us the tour here throughout the show.
I know. Right now we're on the mess deck, and so this is one area that the public is not going to get to see when they do tours this weekend for Fleet Week. Frank's going to spin the camera around and show you. This is the food line. Breakfast just started at 6 o'clock this morning, so the crew's coming through. These are people who are just getting up and starting their shift, I believe, or are they also coming off shift? I have my expert resident here with me, Lieutenant Junior Grade Rick McLean. So
Yes,
what are
ma'am.
they doing?
So every day we have a duty section turnover, so the people that are in charge of the ship for that day are waking up, and we're going to turn over to the next group of people that are in charge of the ship. So that's what's happening right now.
And we're going to get to see that, by the way, coming up at 6:45. But in the meantime, I want to talk about what we're seeing behind us here, because we're seeing all of the fire helmets and the hoses and things. And this is where, is everyone on board trained? How do you run the ship and handle fire? Because that's a big deal, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am. So everyone on board is trained in basic firefighting and basic damage control. As you can see, the walls in every passageway on the ship are filled with different equipment. It's all for a certain purpose, and everyone on board knows how to use it, because a fire on a ship is not a good thing in the middle of the water.
Absolutely not. Now, one more thing I want people to learn about is you have both men and women serving here on the Dewey. Tell us a little bit about that, how it works with everyone on board together.
Everyone does their job. It's great having men and women working together. I think it's wonderful that women get the chance to serve also. We had a 10-month deployment and everything went great.
That's excellent. And now you have 320 typically on board?
About 320, yes, ma'am.
And it sounds like maybe 1/3 of those are women. Is that what we were talking about earlier?
About that, yes.
All right. Thanks so much. And so tell us again what this is called, what we're going to be seeing at 6:45, the
Duty section turnover on the aft missile deck.
duty section turnover coming up. So stay tuned for that.
More exploring the ship. I just want to know what's for breakfast, but maybe we'll find out later.
We have hundreds of special visitors in the city of Seattle this week for Seafair.
And they are dressed up. Right now, we're talking about our service members, and they're giving a tour of their office ships right now. Come on forward, Denise Whitaker, live with details aboard the USS Dewey. You've been getting quite a tour.
Absolutely. Lieutenant Junior Grade Rick McLean still with me. Thank you so much for all of your time this morning. It's been a lot of fun. Now, okay, I want to start with these flags right away because we're watching them go up. So this is something that you do every morning when you're in port?
Right now we're rigging the flags for dress ship, so it's for holidays and special occasions. But we will raise and lower the national ensign and the jack staff every morning.
And this is quite the process. You are the electrical officer on board, and they had to first take down the lights. I mean, this is no easy task, is it? How many people does it take? How long?
To rig the whole setup, it takes about 8 to 10 people, and every morning and evening it's going to take about 4 people to rig the lights and take down the flags.
And now we're watching the crew here. This is a duty change, so tell us what's happening here with all of these people on the deck.
So every day in port, we need to have personnel on board the ship taking care of everything that needs to get done every day. So each day is a duty section, and right now they're turning over the duty section. So they're turning over the ship to the next group of sailors.
And so each sailor has to kind of give a report or give duties for the day?
Right, so each sailor either stands a watch or is in charge of something, and that's what they're going through right now, passing out what responsibilities are for everyone.
Okay, excellent. So this has been an awesome tour. Thank you so much for showing us. We certainly thank all of you for your service, and we hope that you're able to enjoy some parts of Seattle. I know he was asking me some cool places to go. Do you guys have any suggestions? What should he do when he gets some liberty later today?
Wow. How about Discovery Park?
That's not bad. Maybe through the locks.
Discovery Park? All
Through
right.
the locks, Ballard, go out for some
Yes,
fish and chips,
okay.
you know, something like that.
We saw the nice breakfast they're all
All right,
fueled
I'll
up
pass
with,
that
so they're
along.
good to go.
Fish and chips. Are you a fish and chips guy?
I am. I love it.
All right. We'll get you squared away. Thanks so much, you guys. I hope you've had fun seeing the USS Dewey. I know I have.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy, have we.
Great looking ship.
Fun.
Yeah.
Welcome to Seattle.
Hey, let's get you out real